What Nnamdi Kanu told Igbo leaders about the indigenous people of Biafran agitation. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform that gives you only updated news and information on all the activities happening in Biafran territory. Please subscribe to this channel and make sure you turn on your notifications so that you get notified whenever we drop our confirmatory news. Now, straight to the issue of the news where I carry on for you. Nnamdi Kanu has always been relentless about the issue of the Biafran agitation. And one thing you should know about Onyendu is that he has never, despite all said and done, despite how the Nigerian government has treated him badly, he has never loose-guarded or handled the issue of the Biafran agitation with kid glove. Now, this is exactly what Nnamdi Kanu told, Igbo governors concerning the agitation of Biafra. The news in detail. The founder of the youth movement in the Southeast, Igbo Youth Movement, and Secretary of Eastern Consultative Assembly, ECA, Evangelist Uko, in this interview speaks on, among other issues, security challenge in the Southeast, why the region is in disarray politically, as well as how to restore sanity in the region and Nigeria. Before and after the election, you have always been very quiet. The Southeast has been in the news for all kinds of reasons. What are your thoughts on the political climate today? And he said, I have deliberately stayed away from partisan politics, election and contest for power. I choose to stick to the real issue. Desire and struggle for political power do not solve problems. It rather creates more problems. In my experience, spanning several decades, I regrettably realized that our people are easily carried away, swayed and blinded by the allure and the promises of power, that they seem to lose their senses. They are easily deceived and manipulated and taken along unreasonable, unrealistic, and unhelpful paths. I rather choose to remain consistent in my commitment to truth and a better country for all, regardless which political party or leader emerges victorious in the election. He went further to say, I choose to remain committed to my advocacy for the return to true federalism and power devolution, because that is at the heart of our problem as a country. I cannot be seen at my age jumping up and down, shouting, articulated, batified, obedient, or quasified. I have seen many election cycles that I should know better than to allow myself be occupied by distraction. He went further, in his explanation on the insecurity. He said, Ralph Owazurike founded MASOB in September 1999 with less than 100 random young men at Agitation Street in Lagos State. When he visited me at my Ikeja office a few weeks later to help him appear on television, something Jika Ato of AIT did for him. He continued, they grew in size and strength over the years in spite of the onslaught against them. Raf was upstaged by Nnamdi Kanu and they grew stronger and bigger. From 1999 to date, they have not been invited to a dialogue, and the root cause is still feeding the frustration and the agitation, from a few thousands to several millions. and stronger they have actually become. From 1999 to date, they have not been invited for a dialogue. From a few thousand to several millions, and then the ability to paralyze the entire region simply means that whatever strategy that was adopted to contain the agitation only grew the agitation instead. The need to appraise and review the strategy of containment cannot be overemphasized. The agitators should have been listened to. Their grievances and address error of judgment is responsible for the mess. Now, when he was asked how do they regain the issue of peace in the southeastern part of the country, but before then, before the issue of peace can be regained in southeastern part of the country, we must actually understand our stance in this issue of insecurity that is ravaging the southeastern part of the country. Take it or leave it. The issue of insecurity has nothing to do with the agitation. I'll keep on saying it because forget all these fingers that is being pointed on the agitation. The indigenous people of Biafra, the Kiniko, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, and the Biafran Liberation Army on how, the orders that the Prime Minister gives out. The reality is that it is beyond that. It's not the insecurity is not caused by the agitation. That is just the reality, because what do you have to say? The period when the agitation have not even gotten to this level of seriousness. What do you have to say? There was a time, the insecurity in southeastern part of the country was very high. When I mean very high, it was so high. I remember kidnapping in Abia State was, a very serious business then. The time of Osisi Kanku. I don't know if you guys still remember Osisi Kanku. It was a very serious mess. And later on, Osisi Kanku was killed. And the issue of insecurity piped low in southeastern part of the country. So realistically, insecurity has actually been there. And insecurity, like we all know, has actually been a business for some of these evil politicians. Do you know that, a lot of people profit from the insecurity in the southeastern part of the country? Some countries also profit from the insecurity that is being caused by these political talks, in Nigeria. Ask me how. Those countries that sells ammunition, for example, Russia, for Nigeria, you think they do not profit from the insecurity? There are people in Nigeria that, if insecurity dies down today, or if insecurity goes down today, their business will automatically close. There are people in this country you're looking at, that if insecurity goes down today, bam, their business don't close. Now, what do you have to say about such persons, such people, such cabal, such groups? So, when people come out and say this insecurity is being caused by the struggle, by Biafra, this one, that one, I just look at them and laugh. I say, people don't know what you're saying. Okay, let's even assume that Biafrans are causing insecurity. Now, the big question is how. How is the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa causing insecurity in southeastern part of the country? How? For example, how? Let's just assume. Is it because he has vowed that the Fulani terrorist military will not infest and kill innocent people in Biafran land? Or were they expecting us to sit down, cross our arms and wait for our people to be massacred on daily basis, and yet you don't want us to defend our land? What are these people even saying? What are they saying? You keep on beating and you keep on massacring innocent people on daily basis, and you want them to be quiet about it. And yet you are saying that they are causing insecurity in the country. Why? They have given you, just one instruction. Take your military out of our land, because you people are doing more harm than good. Unajo. So that is how crazy, it is. That is how crazy it is. But we failed to understand. We failed, to do the needful in this so-called contraption called Nigeria. And you want the people to be happy. No, the people ain't happy anymore. So I just want to clarify, that statement of that the insecurity is being caused by the Biafran struggle. No, that is a mere fallacy. It is not. Looking at the issue, looking at how it is, looking at what we are seeing, it is not being caused, by the Biafran struggle. The Biafrans are doing their own. They just want to leave. They want the right thing to be done. Just do that. And the issue of insecurity will die down. Nnamdi Kanu is there in DSS custody. Nobody is saying anything about, and the government is watching what is happening. You want the people to be happy seeing their leader being tortured on daily basis? No, just do the right thing and every other thing will be good. And that is it on this issue. Sorry, I didn't continue with that interview, because for me it wasn't even getting any more useful. The interview was not necessary anymore, because these guys keep on saying trash about the Biafran struggle. Some facts needs to be clarified. And like I always say, we will be here to clarify those facts. Thank you once again this wonderful Sunday for choosing this wonderful YouTube channel to get your updated news and information. God bless.